Hello, and welcome to a quick tutorial on using Google Docs to collaborate for your website, copywriting, or other written collaborative projects. I'll just jump right in to sharing my screen. First of all, if I have shared an outline with you, you'll receive an email, and in order to repeatedly access that outline or that writing project, you will have to open it in your email first. So find the original share link, open it once, and then once you've done that, you'll always be able to access the document on docs.google.com. I'm going to shrink this window now because I already have it ready over here. So first of all, the easiest place to access your docs on a regular basis is actually just going to be on the Google home screen. So it's just google.com and a regular home screen for a web search. Up here in the top corner, you'll see where there are 9 dots. I find the easiest way to access Google Docs, especially if you have a Gmail account, is just clicking on those 9 dots and then clicking on Docs. And there they are, always ready to go for you. And then this page will load. All of these items at the top are templates that Google Docs is providing you that you can use to create new documents. And once you've opened that email with that original, then all of the docs that are shared with you are going to live here in this list. And for me, they're organized by last opened by myself. So whichever docs I myself have opened last are on the top. And the doc we're going to look at today is this website copywriting outline. And I have it open in another tab. So here it is. I'm going to shrink that side panel so that I can show you what it might look like when you first receive it. It will probably just look like a regular Word document like this. But I always like to open this side panel by using this icon on the left-hand side, because that will give you a summary of the sections allocated in the document. Now, the items that go onto the sidebar are the ones that you deem, or I deem, a title or a heading. And you can do that easily, and I'll show you how. So at first, this was just plain text, but I went up here on the toolbar and I chose the style title, apply title. It's already been applied, but if I turn it back to normal text, you'll see it shrinks and it disappears from the outline. So if I want that to be on my outline, I'm going to go up to where it says normal text now, and I'm going to call that my title. And now we click on general needs, and you'll see that that word up here has changed to heading 1. So general needs is allocated as a heading 1. And then I click on website URL, and that is normal text. So the normal text and the bullets are not in the outline. That's good. That's what I prefer. But I can easily move to the next section just by clicking on it on the summary panel. So I'm going to click on these words, single page website sections, and then it moves me down to that area. So it's a really great way to stay organized when you're working with other people, so that you can both navigate and see what's in the document with a quick scan of the summary. And there are different tiers here. So website copywriting outline, if you remember, that's our title. General needs is an H1 heading 1. Single page website sections also is a heading 1. But then within the single page website sections, about, you'll see it's indented in the summary. And that's because I deemed it a heading 2. So it's a subheading under 1, which helps with knowing where that fits in the hierarchy here. So that's a good way to stay organized and to both be on the same page, pun intended. And another handy tool inside Google Docs is the to-do list function. So let's say we wanted to add a to-do list, and we'll give that a heading 1 category so that it shows up on our sidebar, which is really handy because if you end up down on page 9 or 10 and you're like, what was on my to-do list again? You're not scrolling and trying to find the spot. You just click to-do list. So then I hit enter and it automatically changes it back to normal text. And the icon for a clickable list checklist here is right here. So bullets you've probably seen in other word processors, bulleted list. And then right beside bulleted list with these little check marks is a checklist. So I can write Carly to send outline by January 1, client to fill in questions by January 7. And we can continue to add our names and some dates, or, you know, oh, what was that thing I wanted to do? Let's remind myself, set up calendar link or something like that. And then once it's done, it's nice if you just click the box, it crosses it out, but you can keep it there so you can see kind of where you were at and what you've been doing. Another handy function is the color highlighter, and that's really great for collaborating on a doc. So let's say, who are you? What is your training and experience level? And you start writing in your bio. Carly is a registered holistic nutritionist who became a web designer. And then you wanted to ask a question to your collaborator or your teammate. So you could then say, what do you mean by experience level? And you can just highlight that text by clicking and dragging and then choosing this icon beside the A underline as highlight color and say all of the client's questions are now going to be highlighted in green. And then the collaborator can add their answers. Also, you might want to use this final piece, and I'm going to show you one last thing. So this is one way to ask each other questions and highlight, you know, where you're stuck or what you want some feedback on is by using a color highlighter. But also you can highlight the text, and then you'll see when the text is highlighted, these 3 boxes appeared on the right-hand side. That one says add comment when you hover over it. That one says add emoji reaction. And that one says suggest edits. So you can go ahead and add a comment and say, I wrote my story, but I would like some support in simplifying it. Can you add your input? Let my computer catch up for a second there. And then you can click comment, and your comments will send an email notification to the teammates who are in on this shared document. So you can ask for feedback by highlighting parts of the body of it, or you can elaborate or add comments on the side, either one. You'll find that you'll naturally understand which would be better depending on the scenario. All right, so we have learned, in summary, opening your Google Docs from an email, and then they will always be found on docs.google.com in consecutive order here in your listing. It will also be found in these 9 dots on any Google home screen, and then there on Docs. And we have learned to use the headings and allocations so that we have a nice organized summary of what's in the document. Then we have also learned to use the checklist function for a collaborative to-do list. We have used the highlight function. And finally, we have used the comment function. All right, and that's everything I wanted to show you for getting started with Google Docs. Let me know if you have any questions. And I'm looking forward to any feedback or any requests for further tutorials. Chat soon.